And then Emirhan Guven says, there you go, Khan. Also, did you guys talk about the brand new logo? And then John, and this is why I said this, goes, brand new logo in quotation marks. So he's raining on parades left and right already. Watch out, Canary.
You can't say he's wrong on that one, though.
I know, yeah.
Let's have a look, because I somehow apparently.
But again, we don't want a fully brand new logo, right? We're not looking for like a rebrand.
No, of course not. I think we're very happy with our logo. So to begin with, of course, it's the 122nd anniversary of the club. So right now on the Twitter page, we see this current logo. This is not the brand new logo, by the way. This is just temporarily for the 122nd anniversary. Pretty. Not that took them like 2 minutes in Photoshop or something. But there's this here, this video, this introduction video of the new logo. So we see the logos over the years. The Beşiktaş logo. This is the most recent one. Now look, there's the slight little tweaks, as you can see them. I hope you're seeing this, guy. Yeah, you are seeing this. Okay, so very minimal changes. So that's the first logo, second logo, and so on. And then let's have a look if we want to have a up close look to these this changes of the logo. It's very
Look
minimal.
at that, massive. What are you talking about, John? Look how different that is. It's beautiful. No,
see, this is here. So here's them side by side, so you can see them properly. So it's really just the edges on the Turkish badge.
Rounding it out, refining it a little
bit. I think they made the Turkish
giving
badge,
a little volume, a little depth.
They made it a little bigger, the Turkish badge. It's super minimalistic. But what do you guys think? Which looks better? I kind of like the new one.
Yeah, me too.
It just looks a little.
Part of me feels like they put the old one like in slightly worse resolution just to make it more market, because I can't really it just looks a little fuzzier, honestly. Like the new one, looks better. I'll say that.
Yeah, I think you're right, Sinan. I think they have done it.
Right?
Yeah, but this is not. I don't think this is This is just something that I don't know. Somebody sent in the group chat. And I just used it. I just stole it. So
I can look at your WhatsApp and. There's a photo I said.
Yeah, I saw what you sent me there, but it took me to a weird website.
You need to download that photo, man, and you need to get it on the screen.
Wait, but that's a really weird picture. What the fuck is that?
I'm gonna explain it, man. See, the Turkish viewers will understand the joke.
All right, well, I'll bring it up. Give me a second. I don't trust you, Katal.
6.5 hours later.
I'm gonna call this stupid picture. I'm gonna bring it up. Images. Stupid picture. Let's bring it up. Well, I don't know what it is, guys, so what is that?
I'm saying that this is quite a change of logo. So what they're saying is the fantastic change of basically Madame Surya or Miss Surya.
Okay.
And you can see like she looks the exact same apart from her hair.
Oh, okay. I didn't notice the badge. Or is that my own badge that's behind? Oh, it's my own badge that's behind it. Okay.
Yeah. So I just thought the badge change reminded me of this.
Okay.
Because
like
they're saying the magnificent change of
Madame Surya is gone now. All right.
It reminded me. There's that famous. I mean, I don't know how famous it is. There's that meme. It's from like an anime. And it's like a guy with like a magician cape, and he whips his cape up, and he's like, "I've done my job here," and then he like walks away, and the person's like, "You didn't do anything. Like, what did you do?" That's a famous meme that I think kind of clarifies. Like, yeah, it's not a big shift. We can all agree. Not much has occurred here.
It's very subtle. Let's have a look at this, guys, because 122 years the club has been around, and this is a picture from I think Kartal Record, or is it Kartal Hatta? I don't know.
Kartal.
Yeah, Kartal Record. So these are a bunch of important goals in the history of the club. So you've got the first goal, the 100 goal,
Gökhan Töre.
the 200 goal, the 300. Well, I don't mind Gökhan Töre so much, but look at the 300 goal in Europe.
Yeah, honourable against.
Oh, oh no! Against
He's in
Tirana.
the history books forever. We're never gonna get rid of him, people. So let's have a
Oh my
little look
God.
here at these goals I'm gonna use by.
So our first goal by Nazmi Bilge. Ahmet Ozajar scores our 100th. Joshgun Ehlidil scores our 200th. Güven Onut our 300th. Faruk Karadoğan our 400th. İhsan Büyükbuday Pinar scores our 500th. Sanli Sarıaloğlu our 600th. Tezcan Ozan our 700th. Sava Paunovic our 800th. Uzer Umdu our 900th. Jevad Sejerbegovic scores our 1000th goal. Boy, that's a mouthful. Zeki Unatli scores our 1500th.
Called him shit.
Mehmet Uzdilek with 1903. That's a classy one. Ooh, Amokachi with 2000. That's a fun one. Ibrahim Akin. Oh man, I had high hopes for that guy for a while. And then Kokan Tode with number 3000. And then in Europe, Kaya Kostepen against Real Madrid scores our first European goal in 1958.
We must be getting pretty close to 3,500, you'd imagine, because that's been 10 years, man. Yeah, look,
almost
like
and a half.
yeah, look, there was 9 years between 2,500 and 3,000, and it's been 10 years now for 3,500, and before that there was only.
Which someone has to do the math. How many goals have we scored since the 2015 season?
Between between Amokachi and Ibrahim Akin, there was 8 years, and then
It's got to be coming,
and then 1500, that was 91 to 98, so that was 7 years. So we've been going pretty long for these 500 goals, man. It's gonna be coming soon. Just to point it out. Sorry.
If we have any sort of savants who are just like expert math people who can just kind of do that stuff in their head, go ahead and take a look at all of the goals scored since that date in 2015 and see where we are now. Put in the comments if we have like a Rain Man in the chat.
Panku on here. Oh no, not. I keep thinking Panku is on here twice, but no, it's Amokachi and it's Daniel Panku for the 100.
Oh yeah, I didn't do that. And so the 100th European goal against Lazio is by Panku, and then of course number 200 against Sporting Club de Braga that's Tomasz Sivok. That's a fun one. And then of course number 300 against Tirana. Onur Bulut. It's like an unexciting team and an unexciting player for 3.
I think that's crazy about how it took us 45 years to go from 1 to 100, and then it only took 9 years to go from 100 to 200, and then 11 years from 200 to 300. We must have been pretty shit, man.
Dude, I always tell people, man, whenever someone talks about, the quality of the Super League is so bad nowadays, I always go back to when I was a kid, and like in the video games, we were all just like default 62 ranked players on every team. Like the Super League was not highly evaluated for so long, and so the jump it took in the late 90s, early 2000s. We've like our lifetime has especially Khan and I, since we're sort of decrepit at this point, dinosaurs, but in our lifetime we've gotten to see the Super League become relevant, and so it's like what we're seeing now is a dip, but still like we're still riding our highs and we're still on the up and up. I'd say, granted things don't go off the rails with the economy and whatever, but
it's went compared to the 2000s and like even to the mid 2010s, it's down. We're not doing as well in Europe. That's just the way it is, unfortunately. But obviously, Sinan, you've got a good point, man. What I will say though is our best Champions League campaign was when you were 6 years old. 1987, we got to the quarterfinals against Kiev.
Yeah, I can't say I had any idea about what was happening at that stage. Not only was there like no internet yet.
I think I might be wrong, but I think that game is actually watchable on Footballia. I don't know whatever. I think you can watch that game on there actually, the Dynamo Kiev game. I might be wrong, but I think I saw it on there.
Yeah, it's crazy. Sometimes you hear about those like old results we got against like Barcelona or whatever, and you wonder like how we managed it in those eras when we were sort of like a meme footballing nation for the most part.
By the way, did you notice that the first goal was against Real Madrid? So that's pretty cool.
Yeah, that's fun.
Yeah.
No, that's what I was saying. Oh, and then like we beat like against Lazio. You like the idea of scoring against
That was a
clubs
penalty.
like that, you know.
Penalty. I remember that. I have a shirt from that game actually.
But Onur
Match worn by
Tirana
Tune.
is definitely. It's like.
Can you go back
how-
to that screen?
Yeah, I
Ken?
can go back to the screen, of course. Yeah.
What I don't understand, right? Like, how is our first Super League goal scored on the 21st of February? So you telling me we didn't score any goals between the start of the season and February that year?
I mean, who knows when
Maybe
it was
the
started
Super
back
League
then.
started then, I guess.
So maybe they started it as like a 59 season.
Yeah, maybe. Let me check. What is the date on it? Is it 59?
It's the 21st of February.
Yeah, but it's 1959.
9.
Yeah, I don't know. Yeah, I guess it was a short season or something. I don't know, man.
I wonder about like the National Cup. Do we have any hundreds?
To tell you something else doesn't make sense to me either, Ken. Unless we were really bad and didn't score any goals, but I'm sure we qualified for European competition in 1957 as well. Because you know how we won our first 2 titles were before the
Yeah, how do we have our first goal in Europe before our first goal?
Well, we qualified.
never
We qualified for Europe in 1957 through the what's it called, the Milikume.
It had a different name, but basically, Sinan, maybe you don't know this, bro. Just to explain, so the first professional league.
Yeah, it wasn't the
Turkey
Super
was
League,
actually
right?
formed 2 years before the Super League, and we won it
Was it
twice.
just like regional, like Istanbul?
No, that was the first.
No.
That was the first professional national league in Turkey. We won it. It only lasted for 2 years, and we won both of them, right?
Well, there's essentially like in the 1920s and so on, you had like the regional leagues, like the Istanbul leagues and stuff like that. And let's humor John for a second. So I've always said, I think Fenerbahce are 100% right that they want to count the championships before 1959. Because there's a lot of championships, and all the championships Fenerbahce want to count are actually national competitions that included Beşiktaş, that included Fenerbahce, that included Galatasaray, that included, and all that kind of stuff. The only reason they aren't counted is because the majority of them was when football in Turkey wasn't professional yet. So football in Turkey became professional in 1959, I guess. Well, actually, no. In 1951, I think the Turkish football became professional, or there was a professional league or so, whatever. But like the TFF formed in 1959 or whatever, so they counted it there. But like in the 1920s and 1930s, most of it was like regional leagues. You had like Izmir, you had Ankara, and you had Istanbul having their own regional leagues. Like in the 40s and in the 50s, there were national competitions already. And the main reason Galatasaray doesn't want to count those is because Galatasaray have zero championships. Beşiktaş have, I don't know, Beşiktaş have 5 or something. Fenerbahce have...
I thought they one.
Hmm?
I think they have one.
I don't think they have one. I think they have 0.
I'm pretty sure they have one.
Well, regardless. So Beşiktaş have like 5 or something like that. Let's say Galatasaray have 1. I think they have 0, but they might have 1. And Fener have 9 or something. And, Galatasaray are so obsessed with being the biggest. They want to be number 1. And Fener would surpass them. We would get super close. So like the gap with us right now is, how many championships do we have? 16, right? Or is it 17?
Yeah.
16. So we would be 3 behind them currently.
Yeah, we'd be
most
3
likely.
behind instead of 8 or whatever it is right now. It's 8 right now, right? So it's the main reason that's not... And of course, Trabzonspor have absolutely no dog in this fight because they weren't formed until 1967. So for them, it's not important at all. Fener... I think Fener is 100% right in saying those should be recognized. The problem is they go about it all the wrong way because it's being pushed now in the Ali Koç era where Fenerbahce hasn't won a title in 10 years, and they're making it like
They're kind of raison d'etre.
Well, it's the wrong people who are saying, oh, we should look at these and we should count these. Because it's ridiculous that we we marginalize our own football, I think, by saying, oh, we only count since 1959. So what does it matter that our clubs were founded in 1903, 1905, and 1907? It doesn't matter because football didn't start in Turkey until 1959, apparently. In every other league in the world, they are counting championships from the 1800s, the early 1900s. And okay, you can argue like in England, football was professionalized really early on. And in a lot of other countries it's the same. But in a lot of other countries it wasn't either. Football wasn't professional until later, but they still count the quote-unquote amateur titles. So I think I think those should be counted. I think it makes our football a little bit richer, I think, because it's all, you know, an important part of the history. And why are we ignoring 50% of Turkish football history or 40% of Turkish football history?
I think as long as you have a national league,
yeah,
you have to count it. You know, like the branding of what you call it, or like that's somewhat irrelevant because, you know, these things change. Are you gonna, like, every time there's like a new sponsor and like, remember it was Sport Toto, Super League, or whatever, are you gonna change it?
Yeah.
Like, oh, then we no longer have.
Exactly.
Well, now we have the most championships since the new sponsor. I mean,
well, this is people making jokes. Like, I think we have like three like trophies that Fenerbahce don't have, or something, like 3 cups. Like the championship cup of the Turkish league has changed like 3 or 4 times since Fenerbahce last won a championship. So that's something people make jokes about. All right.